What's that?
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to start out by just asking a favor of you. If you would please reserve your questions until after all the presentations are made, it would help us out greatly. Panama Attorney General Villalaz, distinguished Chiefs of Police, United States Attorney Bonner, District Attorney Reiner, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. As the Special Agent in charge of the Los Angeles Division, I truly want to welcome all of you to the Drug Enforcement Administration. At this time, I'd like to have United States Attorney Bonner come up and introduce his boss, the Attorney General. Rob?
Thank you, John. We're very pleased to have with us today my boss, the Attorney General of the United States, Ed Meese, to make an announcement in a case that is an absolutely extraordinary case in the history of narcotics law enforcement in this country. And without further ado, let me introduce you to the Attorney General of the United States, Ed Meese.
Thank you, Rob. John. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today to participate with these law enforcement executives in announcing the remarkable results of an equally remarkable investigation, which we know as Operation Pisces. Operation Pisces has been an undercover money laundering operation that has been carried out by the Drug Enforcement Administration with the help and cooperation of a number of other law enforcement agencies. It's lasted 3 years. It engaged the resources of the DEA offices and the U.S. Attorney's offices in 3 judicial districts, in Los Angeles here, in New York, and in Miami. It enjoyed the support and cooperation of the government of Panama, and I am very happy to be joined here this afternoon by my counterpart from Panama, Attorney General Carlos Villalaz, who is here with me and who will be speaking later. Operation Pisces also benefited from the excellent work and cooperation of several state and local governments in the United States, including the Los Angeles Police Department, the police departments in Orange County, the Orange County Sheriff's Department, and other police departments in Los Angeles County. Operations Pisces is nothing less than the largest and most successful undercover investigation in the history of drug law enforcement. As many of you may know, Jose Auli Lopez Chacon of Bogota, Colombia, boarded a plane bound to Miami this morning at 11 o'clock Eastern Time. Upon deplaning in Miami, he was arrested. 2 other Colombians whom we believe are major drug trafficking or money laundering figures are also in custody. They are accused trafficker Anibal Zapata and money launderer Jacobo Wasserman. The capture of these 3 key individuals, who are top leaders of Colombian cocaine trafficking and money laundering cartels in our belief, and whom we believe include the operators of 2 massive drug rings in the United States, is a key result of Operation Pisces. A total of 115 members of these 2 coast-to-coast drug rings and other crime groups have been charged today in 17 indictments and 30 complaints that have been unsealed in this city, in Miami, and in New York City. Furthermore, law enforcement authorities have been able to make more than 350 arrests prior to today and to seize more than 19,000 pounds of cocaine, which have a wholesale value of $270 million. Through Operation Pisces, we've been able to seize over $49 million in cash and other assets. This point is especially worth noting. A drug cartel might survive the indictment and the conviction of its leaders, but it cannot survive a substantial loss of its assets. Operation Pisces says to traffickers the world over that drug assets and the profits from drug activity cannot be secure. There will be no safe haven for drug money. We're going to find it, and we're determined to take it when we do find it. And once we take it, through our lawful means of forfeiture of assets, we will share these assets with state, local, and foreign governments as the law provides. And just to show that we mean it, as a down payment on what we hope to share eventually, I have 2 checks here today. One is for the Los Angeles Police Department in the amount of $96,220.33. I'm not sure why there's 33 cents there, but I would like to pass that out at this point to Darrell Gates. And we have a check for $83,205 for the Torrance Police Department. The Torrance chief is back here. There you go. Thank you, sir. There's going to be a lot more forfeited assets that we will be able to seize, and we will be able to share when we do seize it.
Excuse me, General, we'll get KFWB back up here, if we can squeeze it in.
I used to listen to them all the KFWB's back on the air. All right, Operation Pisces could not have been achieved such a great success without the assistance of the government of Panama, as I mentioned earlier. Officials from the Attorney General's government have met with individuals from our government during the past 6 months and have developed a joint strategy of handling this case. Panama merits the highest commendation for its exceptional initiative and its performance during Operation Pisces. Allow me to give you a little bit of background about this case. It began in 1984 when DEA agents posed as money launderers in an effort to penetrate drug trafficking operations. One of the traffickers approached our agents and asked for help in laundering funds. They gave him that help. The existence of the money laundering operation then spread by word of mouth among cocaine trafficking circles, and as a result our business gradually grew. As the major traffickers came to rely on this money laundering expertise, our agents came to know more and more about their operations. That was one of the objectives, to trace the cartels operating in this field. And as the operations, and their operations were, in a sense, definitely big time. We believe that as many as 2,000 pounds of cocaine entered this country in a single shipment. And it was common for traffickers to hand our undercover agents as much as $1.5 million at a time in an effort to have that money laundered. The undercover operation worked so well that our agents were able to use the traffickers as business references when they were approached by other traffickers. Investigative leads that were developed by these agents were shared with state and local law enforcement agencies, and then they conducted, through independent investigations of their own, cases which resulted in the subsequent arrest of more than 350 people, and they also seized narcotics in the amounts greater than 9 tons. In this respect, special credit goes to the Los Angeles Police Department, which assigned some 70 officers to this operation and made a tremendous contribution to the investigation. The 5 largest seizures of cocaine in California history occurred as part of Operation Pisces, including one seizure of 1,900 pounds in the Los Angeles area in March of this year. Well, we will entertain your questions in just a few moments, but I would like to ask some of the other law enforcement executives here to say a few words. And first, let me introduce the Attorney General of Panama, Mr. Carlos Villalaz.
Buenas tardes,
Good afternoon,
señor Procurador de los Estados Unidos.
U.S. Attorney General.
Buenas tardes, señores periodistas.
Good afternoon, gentlemen of the press.
Es con el único propósito de señalarle a toda la comunidad mundial
Simply to tell the world
que Panamá y los Estados Unidos estamos trabajando hace mucho tiempo juntos
that Panama and the United States have for a long time been working together,
en la represión de los delitos relacionados con drogas ilícitas.
Trying to get rid of the problem of the illicit drug trafficking.
El caso de la Operación Pisces es una evidencia más de lo que nosotros estamos haciendo hace mucho tiempo.
Operation Pisces is again proof of what we have been doing.
Nosotros en Panamá actuamos, no hablamos mucho.
In Panama, we don't talk, we do, we act.
Y considero que la mejor forma de demostrar los esfuerzos que hacemos ambos países es a través del ejemplo.
And I think that the best way to prove the cooperation between both countries is by means of this example.
Y estamos dispuestos a continuar trabajando juntos en bien de la humanidad.
We intend to continue to work together for the benefit of humanity.
Lo que importa son los resultados de los actos que realizamos y no los comentarios de las demás personas.
What counts is actually the results are what count, not what we say.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you very much.
Attorney from the Central District of California, Mr. Rob Bonner, to come up and say a few words.
I don't think I can add very much to what Attorney General Meese has already stated, but I would like to say that Operation Pisces did involve law enforcement, the DEA, with local law enforcement in Los Angeles, Miami, and New York City. And the enormous success of this case is a real tribute, I think, to the Drug Enforcement Administration and to the Los Angeles Police Department and other local law enforcement, other police departments and other local law enforcement agencies in Southern California. As Attorney General Meese said, the largest single seizure of cocaine in the history of California, some 1,900 pounds, was a result of Operation Pisces. About 1,900 pounds of cocaine that was seized by the LAPD back in March of this year. To give you at least some very brief idea of the focus of this case, to the extent that it involved the Los Angeles metropolitan area, of the approximately 19,000 pounds of cocaine that was seized during the course of Operation Pisces, approximately 13,000 pounds of that was seized in the Los Angeles metropolitan area, that is to say the Los Angeles and Orange County areas. Of the $34 million in cash that was seized in connection with Operation Pisces, approximately 90% of that, or $30 million of that, was seized in the Los Angeles and Orange County areas. I think it must be evident to you that the success of this operation required not only a truly phenomenal and unique undercover operation by DEA in the money laundering area, but a lot of hard work and follow-on investigation by local law enforcement during the course of Operation Pisces. And those prosecutions took place under the auspices of the local district attorneys. And a good many of those prosecutions took place as a result of efforts of the district attorney for Los Angeles County. And so it's my pleasure.
Large-scale operation in the history of the United States in terms of dealing with drugs. When you look at all of the agencies involved, and you look at the fact that it was going on for 3 years, and it was kept secret, and it was incredibly successful. But with all of that, we have to understand one thing, that we have not even made the slightest dent in the amount of cocaine that is coming in. During the period of 3 years that this operation was going on with such great success, the price of cocaine here in the Los Angeles area dropped from approximately $60 a kilo down to approximately $20 a kilo. Well, we all understand what that means. That means that the supply is going up, up, and up, and so the price per kilo is going down, down, and down. So with all of the millions of dollars involved here that have been seized, with the thousands of pounds of cocaine that have been seized, the onslaught is so great that the price per kilo is going down continually. And that just simply means that we have to double and redouble the efforts that are demonstrated here by this massive effort by law enforcement, this cooperative effort between federal and local law enforcement that went on with such great success, but obviously much more needs to be done. Thank you.
Those guys who came around with the duplicates, but it's how many you
Pretty obvious what I'm doing here. First one like I shot some of this stuff on the spirit. Are we going to
It would be much more effective
what is happening now? We are not. Somebody else figured out.
Did you already tell me something?
Take up 100. Well, yeah, check 100 so we can see. Needs to be rearranged.
The way everybody's back on the right side, you can turn that around.
Well, yeah, that's fine.
Better arm. Is that as low as it goes? Well, because we can probably slice it. This lane's blocked.